What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, this is TWA Motorsports, and today we are out in the shop, and well, I got some bad news. Okay, so as the video states, we got some good news and bad news. Okay, so as the video states, we got rid of a vehicle, and I'm sure a couple people are going to ask in the last video that I posted about it, but yes, we did get rid of the Tahoe. I know that a lot of people are going to be disappointed about that. You can see I've got my Corvette kind of wedged over because the guy drove it out just actually last night. But guys, look, I talked to my painter. He was going to be maybe another couple months, and it needed a lot of stuff. Obviously, it needed a paint job, it needed a new interior, and I really wanted to focus on the stuff that, like, I've always wanted. Like, I've always wanted a two-door Tahoe, don't get me wrong. I think they're great looking, but I wanted to do a motor swap in it. I wanted to do all new interior. I wanted to paint it. It's like, I just don't think that I wanted to get that deep in that project with all this other stuff torn apart. So with that being said, I'm going to primarily focus on the cars that I've always liked and always kept and never have been up for sale really, and that is the Trans Am and my old truck. I'm still not finished with the green truck, but I feel like when you're pulled in too many directions, you never get anything accomplished. And so that's where I felt like I was going to be if I kept it. And it went to a good home, a guy who's actually going to fix it up. It's something that he's always wanted, and he's got some cool stuff too. He's got an old 53 pickup, a couple square bodies. He's got a truck version, so like 88 to 98 truck. And so I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but I just think for the good of the channel and for me actually getting stuff accomplished, I had to get rid of it. I just did. And I did make a deal with myself that if the painter called before, I had it listed for sale, if the painter called before, I was going to ship it to the painter, and we were going to keep it. But because this guy came up and I didn't, no negotiation whatsoever, he paid exactly what I was asking, and so I decided to keep it. I also said that if I wasn't going to get the money I wanted out of it, I wasn't going to get rid of it. But it is gone, and I'm sorry. Maybe down the road we'll do something else, or maybe I'll find another one of those. But for now, like I said, I want to focus on the Trans Am. I want to focus on the old truck. Those are two things that I've always said that if something happened and I had to sell all of this stuff, that old truck would be my daily driver. So if that's going to be my daily driver, we've got to get an LS swap in it. But other than that, today, guys, I've got a mess out here because I've been buying, like this is the racking box and stuff like that. But I want to set up some stuff today. I went and got a bench grinder, and I got a grinder stand. I also got a security light and security camera to put out here facing the shop so we can, see if somebody's breaking in. I'm going to put a security system in. I've actually started wiring that off camera, but I got some more wire for my center outlets that you guys had said that you thought I should put in, and I think I agree with you on that. I also got the rest of the breakers for the breaker box, and I got some outlets so we can start wiring some outlets. Now I'm going to go ahead and wire these outlets just because I'm going to go ahead and hook power up here before the metal ever goes up. So in my opinion, I'd like to make sure there's no leaks or anything like that. It's rained a couple times, and I've actually had a leak that I had to fix. It was above my Trans Am, and the builder came out and fixed that. But I just want to make sure that everything's good. I got the wiring where I want it before I go tying up, putting metal on the wall. So anyway, today we're going to assemble this new tool. The Porter cable is what I bought. I didn't really need something super expensive as far as bench grinders go, but it's something that I noticed when I was working on my green truck here. You can see I've got this wire wheel on my drill, but look at how much cleaner and easier this makes life to clean these up, and I think I can get them better even with a bench grinder. So just for the wire wheel, and then randomly sharpening my blades for my lawnmower. So anyway, I'm going to set you guys up on a tripod, and we're going to see if we can assemble this, and then we'll kind of give you an idea of whether I like it or not, and if I decide down the road whether I want to mount it to a table. But I got a freestanding stand, so it's not going to tie up room on a table, which I don't have a table yet, but ultimately I would like to get some sort of work table. And if I don't have to put this on it, that would be great. I would like to have the table more for like a vise and like sitting down and doing stuff. But like I said, I'll set you up on a tripod and let's see if we can get this thing assembled. So of course they didn't send any bolts to bolt this thing to here, but I found some. I have a couple bolts bins, and the other thing is I finally got the wheel off. You guys probably saw me struggling. So I wanted to get a wire brush, right, in order to put, a wire wheel on one side, because majority of what I'm going to be doing will be with the wire wheel. But check this out. Yeah, so I need some sort of spacer. So I've got some washers here, and so I'm just going to build this out until I get the space that I want. Not really my preferred method, guys, but it will work. Put 3 in there to start with, and we'll see what we got. Kinda ridiculous. Oh, we're still a long ways. Yeah. This is ridiculous, guys. All right, well, I'm gonna put spacers in here until we can actually get it to fit. And then we'll flip it on, get it back together, flip it on, and see what happens. Hopefully this thing doesn't fly off. I have heard anybody who uses a wire wheel on one of these machines says make sure and keep the guard down and some safety goggles on, because it does flip a lot of these little, flips a lot of these little things out. So that looks like that's gonna work. It took like 5 of these washers. So let's see if we can put it back together and get it going. So I will tell you, it threw the balance off a lot, putting this on here. Now it vibrates a little bit, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know that I necessarily love this. And I don't know if it's because I had to use the spacers, or the fact that, this is a pretty heavy wheel on this side. Not having one on the other side, I don't know if that's causing the problem. But I'm gonna try it. You can see this bolt right here. This actually was in the battery tray of my truck. And stuff like this is really what I wanted to use, like a bench grinder with a wheel on, because holding it with like your drill is just next to impossible sometimes. So I'm gonna grab some safety glasses, I'm gonna clamp this and a pair of vice grips here, and we're gonna give it a shot. So check it out. That's exactly what I was looking for. So stuff like this, just for cleaning up bolts, that is why I wanted this, guys. And it, like I said, you do have to hold this, and I think I didn't have to do that before I put this wheel on. So it's gotta have something to do with this wheel and the counterbalance of this thing. But I'm gonna deal with it. I think it'll be a good tool for the shop, just because, I'm not doing a ton with it. And maybe eventually, once I get a workbench, we'll hook it to a workbench. But this gives me something to to use for now. And I might find something else to attach the legs to. But all in all, I think I got like $100 in this. And Porter Cable is the brand that I bought here. And I'll list all this stuff in the description. And then just a cheap holder. But for like $100 all in, maybe even a little less than that. I think it's like maybe it's even $90. I think it's worth it. So the next thing I want to do is I want to really start putting outlets in. So what I've got here, I bought a whole bunch of these outlets, and the cool thing about this is I can pull wire back and forth between these, but these are pretty simple. You just cut it open, black to gold, white to clear or silver, and ground to ground. So not a whole lot to do here, but it is something that I want to get addressed before I actually get power in here, so I can go ahead and power some stuff up. I'm going to hook up lines or every one of these outlets, and then like I said, I really feel like it's going to be a while before I get metal, at least on the walls. Now the ceiling, Maybe, just for mounting purposes and stuff like that, I might get some ceiling stuff material in here before I do the walls, but I really want to be in the shop working, making sure there's nothing else I want to run before I go ahead and tie up metal on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and start wiring all these outlets. So after staying out here several hours, I was able to get all of them completed. So I got all 6 on that back, or on the sidewall, all 8 across the back, all 6 here, including the 3 that go to the garage door openers. And then I went ahead and pulled wire and put the 3 up in the center. So now I have the ability to put like a pull down light. I know you guys had said that it'd probably be a good idea. And honestly, I think you're right, for like just a pull down or a drop down light. Now I don't want it to hang down real far because I don't want it to hit any cars, but I can make like a hook to drag it down if I need to. So anyway, it's coming together. So the other thing, like I talked about in this video, is I got a camera for the outside and just for some security. This is just part of the security that I'm going to be putting on. And so I did get that installed, and actually I'm going to show you guys where it's at. It is on my house and it's pointing. I actually had a spot where somebody before had tried to put a light and they just didn't finish it. And so the wiring and everything, you can see it right there. And as a matter of fact, you'll listen, my phone should pick us up walking around out here, and there it is. So I got a notification anytime there's movement out here, and it faces the entire garage. So the drive that comes in, the doors, the windows, it covers all of that. Plus it's a floodlight, and it's LED. It's ridiculously bright. You can hear it keeps going off because I'm walking around out here. But that's just part of the security that I'm going to put in here. I'm also going to put some glass break sensors, some motion sensors within the garage, and tag into the system that's already on my house. So I'm looking forward to that. The reason I went with this one over there's several brands out there. And it seems like, I'm trying to think of the brand that is pretty common, is like Nest, or I don't even know the other brand. But I didn't want a subscription-based deal. I wanted something that recorded. This has built-in memory, so it will show you everything, and you don't have to have a subscription to do that. So the other thing is it works with like Google and Alexa. So if I want to say, show me the camera on my TV, I can do that, which I really, really like this. And I also wanted a floodlight as well. So there's only like 3 companies that make a floodlight with a camera built in. And that's why I went with, I don't even know, is it Eufy, I think is the way you pronounce it. Anyway, it serves the purpose for what I need. I also got a couple other spots that I want to put cameras. I'm not sure if I'll do that brand. I'm pretty sure I will. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It was pretty easy to set up. Also, as you guys saw, I moved my bench grinder over here, and I think eventually I'll probably mount it to a table. The stand was fine, like I said, until I got the wire wheel on there, and now it kind of vibrates. Now I can put my foot on the bottom, and it has the ability to bolt it to the floor, but we'll just have to see as things progress. But we are getting closer, guys. I know there's going to be some disappointment about the 2-door Tahoe being gone, but like I said, it was just and it's not that it was costing me any money, but when you have so many projects, you don't know what direction to go. And I find myself doing that common. It's pretty common out here. So I don't know, do I want to work on this? Do I want to work on that? Do I want to work on this? It just was added expense that I could be using somewhere else. So the money that I was going to be using on the Tahoe and the money that I was going to have to spend for paint and all of that stuff can now go into like the Trans Am and the old truck, which are two cars that I don't ever see myself getting rid of. But if you guys did like this video, like always, please smash that thumbs up button. If you are not subscribed, guys, go down there, hit that subscribe button. While you're down there, make sure you ring the bell icon that notifies you every time we drop a new video, and stay tuned because there's a lot more to come.